Hello everyone and welcome to the Trade Growth Summit, and also for donating to a brilliant cause, Help for Heroes. So my name's Mcleish. I'm the owner and director of Together We Count. We're an accountancy firm based in Sheffield. We have a bit of a niche in the sense of we like to look after trade businesses. So being invited to this summit is in keeping with our day-to-day work, if you like, which we do with clients. So we do look after predominantly trades, but in particular plumbing and heating businesses. And it's from my expertise in the industry that I've been able to write a book to help plumbing and heating businesses write a perfect quote. The book is called The Quote Handbook, and the subtitle is Essential Steps to Building the Perfect Quote. Okay, so what I'm going to talk to you today about is profit. To be more specific, I'm going to talk to you about the 9 drivers of profit. In effect, 9 elements within the profit equation. If you drill down to them, if you drill into these elements, you'll be able to understand profit a lot better and understand the mechanics behind your business a lot better. So as you all know, profit is vital for a business. You need profit in a business to pay the wages, pay suppliers, keep the lights on and stay afloat. If you don't have profit, you probably don't have a business. You're probably just running around rugged. Which isn't sustainable, and the liquidators won't be far off. So, what is profit? Profit is the end result of an equation, and the equation is simply sales less costs equals profit. So you can't manipulate profit. You can't go out and say I'm going to make profit, but what you can do is you can go out and say I'm going to make some sales, or I'm going to manage my costs better. Those 2 elements filter down to profit. So I hope that's clear in the sense of you can't control profit, but you can control the equation which makes up profit. So what I've got for you here is a standard profit and loss account for a trades business. Hopefully you'll be familiar with this if your accountant presents you your profit and loss account. So at the top we've got sales, we've then got cost of sales. Another word for this is like variable costs. We've then got all the fixed costs within a business, so rent, insurance, accountancy fees, bank charges. These are all your fixed costs. Beautifully demonstrates what is profit, what makes up profit, because we've got sales less cost of sales equals profit. These are varying factors which you can input and manipulate within your accounts. The profit is the end result, so the profit is what falls out at the bottom. So what we now have is 2 of the 9 drivers of profit, being variable costs and fixed costs. So it now starts to get a little bit more interesting in the sense of the other side of the profit equation. We're going to dive into that a bit more now, and we're going to look at the sales side. But what is sales? Now for this exercise, what I'd like to do is change the word sales to customers. Your customers make up your sales. If you don't have customers, you don't have sales. They're interchangeable. So what makes up customers? Now there's 3 elements which make up the total revenue within your business, i.e. the total customers. Now what it is the number of customers multiplied by the spend multiplied by the transactions. But what I'm going to do is drill into this even more and then further explore the 9 drivers of profit. So what are customers? Customers are made up of 2 things, 2 elements. What customers are made up of sales leads. You can have the phone ringing all day, every day. That's a lead. That's an inquiry. That's someone contacting your business because you've gone out there and marketed your business. You've become a firm which is recognisable, and people want to contact you. Now that's just a lead. It doesn't mean anything. With those leads, you need to convert these leads. So what we now have is customers equals number of leads multiplied by your conversions. So what we now have is 4 of the 9 drivers of profit. So we've just explored the latest 2, being getting more sales leads and converting those sales leads into customers. So going back to the original equation of what is a customer. So a customer is made up of the number of customers times the spend per customer times the number of transactions. So what we're now going to do is we're going to drill down into the spend part of this equation even more. Now this part of the equation is made up of getting customers to spend more. So as a business, you work hard to get customers, to get them ringing, to convert a customer. But the art of business lies within getting a customer you already have and getting them to spend more. So let's say you've sold a boiler installation, £2,000. You can then nudge a customer or let a customer know about your other services, so they can then maybe buy some radiators off you, a power flush, a new cylinder, underfloor heating, whatever it is. If you can get a customer to spend more with you, then what that then saves you doing is having to market and trying to attract new customers. You're using your existing customer portfolio, customer base, your database, your existing database, which is made up of customers that know, like, and trust you. What is know, like, and trust? It's basically the journey which customers have to go through before they buy. They first have to get to know you. Once they know you, they start to like you and your brand and your business. Once they like your brand and your business, trust develops. Once trust develops, at that point in time, that's when a customer will buy from you. So this is shortened down to the KLT factor, and it's very important to know that. Other ways you can get a customer to spend more is cross sells, upsells, bundles, go large. Think about Burger King when you order your meal, or just a burger. Do you want a meal with that? Do you want extra fries? Do you want to go large? That's all upsells, cross selling. So cross selling would be something completely different. Like I said, if you was to install the boiler, they then ask you to install the rads. That's the cross sell. An upsell would be maybe selling like a small boiler. I'm not a heating engineer, so my terminology is a bit like not correct. But you might go from selling like a standard boiler to a bigger capacity boiler. Think about when you go to the supermarket. When you're at the till, what do they have at the till? They have chewing gum, they have magazines, they have a Mars bar, they have like impulse buys. Now you probably didn't go to the supermarket to buy those items, but you brought them. So what you've then done for a supermarket is you've spent more. What can you do within your business to get a customer to spend more? So moving on, we've then got pricing for maximum profit. Now this is still within the spend element of the transaction, of the customer equation, if you like. Now the best way to explain this and this driver is basically with an example. So let's say, pick on a heating engineer again. Let's say you've sold a boiler for £2,000, and the cost of that boiler to your business is £1,100 with a £900 net profit. Now, because this is pricing for maximum profit, if you're able to articulate yourself and your business and the job you do, and portray the value which you can offer to our customers, and you're then able to, instead of charging £2,000, you're able to charge £2,100, but with all your costs remaining the same, your net profit will increase to £1,000 on this example. Now that's a 5% increase in your price, but it's 11% increase in your profit. So this is one of the most powerful levers within the profit equation. If you can price for maximum profit and all your costs remain the same, if your sales increase, that directly filters down to profit. So what we now have is 6 of the 9 drivers of the profit equation, and we've just explored getting customers to spend more and also pricing for maximum profit. Okay, so moving on to the next element, where we go back to the original equation. So sales customers is made up of number of customers multiplied by the spend per customer multiplied by the number of transactions. Now let's dive into the number of transactions. What is this made up of? Now it's made up of getting customers to spend more often and also retaining customers for longer. By being aware of these, you can then see how this can manipulate profit or fall into sales, which will then fall down into profit. So let's explore the getting customers to spend more often. So you've developed the KLT factor with a customer, the know, like and trust factor. They are a customer. Now how can you get a customer to spend more often? Now I think the best way to explain this is to dive into an example. Now let's use an example of a gardener. So a gardener might get a phone call from a customer that you then convert. He then goes to a property which has been neglected for years, and the gardener gives the customer a quote. So here's £1,000 to get your garden looking pristine and back to its former days or whatever. Now that's one transaction, one spend, if you like, one sale. But we're drilling down into getting customers to spend more often. Now that gardener could be happy with a £1,000 job, or he could say to the customer, I offer him a gardening plan where I can come back every month, cut your lawn, deal with the weeding, whatever you need to do. Now that one customer, if the customer accepts, that one customer has now gone from one transaction to a monthly transaction. That customer has now spent more often. Now let's say the gardener then says, actually in fact, instead of me coming back monthly, I need to come back every 2 weeks. That customer is now spending with you more often. And by spending with you more often, you're obviously doing more invoicing for the jobs, and it falls down to more sales. You can also use an example of a boiler service. You might go to a customer once a year to do their routine service. Now if we can upgrade a customer and go onto a monthly plan where you're not just doing their boiler service, you're also guaranteeing or warrantying the rest of the appliances or more areas within their house, you're getting the customer to spend more often. So going on to like a maintenance plan, they could be paying you monthly. That's monthly recurring income, getting customers to spend more often. We've also got getting customers to remain customers for longer. Now this is vital. This is basically doing a good job, making sure customers come back to you year on, year out, year after year. It's also providing good customer service, so that a customer wants to come back to you. If in business, getting new customers is hard, but maintaining those customers, if you do a good job and you deliver on your promises, is the easy part, and it's often overlooked. People just want new customers all the time. You should focus on the customers which you've already got, and also by doing a good customer service and a good job, you obviously reduce the customer churn or the customer defection rate. So what have we got? We've now got 8 of the 9 drivers of profit, and we've just explored getting customers to spend more often and getting customers to remain customers for longer. Okay, so we now move on to the 9th driver of profit. This is the last, but it is by no means the least. It's actually one of the most important ones. It's to systemize everything. Now, I know that the godfather of systems is part of the Trade Growth Summit, Michael E. Gerber. So I'm not going to go too much into this, but I do recommend reading his book. But when you read it with the examples being related to your business. So I mean, the book goes on and talks about a baker or bakery. Just relate it to your business. But the book does talk about the need for having systems to constantly improve your business, having the best practice, repetition. So it's very important within a trades business to have these systems. So some of these systems could be a customer service systems to make sure that your customers stay customers for longer. You can have selling systems to make sure your customers convert. You can have referral systems to make sure you get more sales leads. You can have pricing systems to make sure that you are pricing for the maximum profit. Now this could be anything, just going out there and asking customers questions, like loads of questions about what they need, what they want. You can also have quoting systems. So I mentioned at the start of this webinar that I'm an author of a book, and the book is the Quote Handbook. And this is a system. This is like, if you read the book and explore the book and use the book, this is a quoting system. So again, it's a system. It's a systemization within your business. So we now have all of the 9 drivers of profit. So going from the top down, we've got variable cost and fixed cost. Now these come within the operational side of the business and should be maintained, controlled. Make sure you're not overspending. We've also got getting more customers, so getting more sales leads. Now this comes into the marketing side of your business. We've then got converting those sales leads into customers. Now this is the sales side of your business. We've got getting customers to spend more, marketing side of your business. We've got pricing for maximum profit. Now this comes within the pricing and marketing systems or areas within your business. We've got getting customers to spend more often. Now this is the marketing side of your business. You need to articulate to your customers how they can spend with you more often. If a gardener doesn't tell his customer, oh by the way, I also do monthly or bi-weekly maintenance plans, a customer's not going to know about it, so they're not going to buy. We've got getting customers to remain customers for longer. Now this comes down to your customer service systems within your business, and the 9th driver of profit is systemize everything. Okay, so what have we got? Let's summarise everything. So this is what we've just explored in the seminar. We've got what is profit. Profit is sales less cost is profit. But what is sales? What is customers? So a customer is made up from the number of customers times by the spend times by the transactions. But what is a customer? So what is a customer? Now, or no, but what makes up customers? What makes customers is getting more customers. So as previously mentioned, this is the marketing side of your business. So what can you do to get more customers, get more inquiries? You can work on your SEO. You can work on your websites. You can have a referral system. You could do some advertising, which could be in the form of print, online, or the radio. You can employ a salesperson. Now all these tactics, if you like, will get you more sales leads. But how do you convert those sales leads? Now this is the sales side of your business. Now you can better qualify your inquiries, making sure they're good leads. If they're not good leads, don't even waste your time servicing them. You can have special offers, not enticing people, but getting people to buy as opposed to selling to people, getting them to buy. You can produce better quotes. So the spend element of the transaction, we've got getting customers to spend more. How can you get customers to spend more? Now this is the sales side of, this is the marketing side of the business, and what you can offer is upsells, cross sells, or bulk discounts. Now you could if like I said before, you could offer a go larger side of your offering. You can offer cross sales. So pick on a boiler company again. If you sell a boiler, you could cross sell TRVs or an outside tap. You're then getting customers to spend more. Okay, so pricing for maximum profit. This is the pricing and marketing element of your business. A powerful way to price for maximum profit is to introduce menu pricing, which is basically offering a bronze, silver, gold packages. Don't leave money on the table. Let customers buy, don't sell to people. It's also good to establish what a customer is, whether they're a value, standard or premium shopper. You can also add more value. Add more value, like let people know what you do. Communicate your value. Another good technique to price for maximum profit is to increase your prices by 1%. Now, would you stop buying your favourite pint of beer if it went up by 1%? If the price went up by 1%, would you stop buying your favourite newspaper or pint of milk? Do you know what I mean? Like, would you change your day-to-day life if the price went up by 1%? No, your customers probably won't as well. So test it. Put your price up by 1%. So looking at the transaction side, we looked at getting customers to spend more. Now this is the marketing side of the business. Now we can introduce a loyalty scheme. Getting customers to spend more often. So we can introduce a loyalty scheme to make sure that they come back. You can also introduce new products and services, and then market those to a customer, to your customers. You can also increase the frequency of your offering, and going back to the gardening example. So we've also got getting customers to remain customers for longer, which is the customer service side of the business. Again, do a bloody good job on your word, stick to your promises, and provide excellent customer service. Go above and beyond. Wow your customers. Make them want to return to you. And then the last but not least is to systemize everything. Have standard operating procedures within your business. Document processes. Have checklists. Have standard letters and emails which you just copy and paste and regurgitate and send out. That creates efficiencies through not having to waste time or money or repeating the world or reinventing the wheel. We've also got costs as well. So I haven't really dived into the variable cost and fixed cost element of the profit equation, because I feel that cutting costs is a quick way to decrease the value of your business, in the sense of you need costs within your business for it to operate, for it to be prestigious, for you to travel, to you to get about and to deliver your service. So cutting costs to increase profit hasn't been explored, because I don't think it's the most important element within the profit equation. Do have a lean business. Don't waste money. Don't have leaks. Don't just chuck away money which doesn't have a return on investment. But you're in business, so I think we've all got lean businesses. We don't waste money, so that's why I've not really stuck onto that side of the profit equation. I hope you've got value out of this webinar and you've learned something today, i.e. that the profit equation is quite complex, but hopefully I've broken that down to you, so you now know what you can do or change within your business to improve it. And all we need is 1% improvements, literally small improvements each month, and they do matter. So thank you for listening, and take it easy.